Hey guys, Lorraine back with you with another card video, working with the Simon Says Stamp Mix and Match Circles. This was a Stamptember 2020 set, so unfortunately it is no longer available to purchase. And then I'm going to be using two more Simon Says Stamp sets for the sentiments. The first is going to be Hello Darling, and then the second will be Freestyle Flowers. I am going to be showing you the making of 3 cards. I do have a 4th that I added a picture of at the end. And in this first card, I've decided to go with a rainbow theme. So I did pick out some of my Gina K Designs ink cubes. Going to be doing Red Velvet, Tangerine Twist, Sweet Corn, Lucky Clover, Powder Blue, and Plum Punch. And for this first card, I decided I'm just going to semi-frame that upper left-hand corner of the card panel. And I wanted to make sure that I had my yellow in the corner with my orange and my red below it, and then obviously my green and my blue to the right of it. You can see there that I didn't get complete coverage on that green, but that's okay because the blue is going to go ahead and cover that up. And to incorporate the plum punch, I'm just going to go ahead and use that strip of dots. And I'm going to put that in the lower right-hand corner, and that will actually be right below my sentiment. Going to go ahead and throw that panel into my MISTI. This video was made back in, I think, October of 2020. So I had not gotten my new MISTI 2.0 at that point. So you still see my old one with my little rigged tape handle. That's okay. Obviously, I have since gotten the 2.0 and some majorly impressive design improvements with that MISTI 2.0. So that's it. Quick and simple, 1 layer. Going to go ahead and move on to my second card, and again, starting in a rainbow pattern. However, this one I wanted to have just in a straight line, and there is nothing better to use to get even spacing when you're doing some repetitive stamping than a stamping tool such as the MISTI. I started with my cardstock in the lower right hand corner using the same starburst pattern. I stamped it with my red velvet and then just slid it over 3 squares or 3 spaces, stamped my tangerine twist, moved it over 3 more spaces, and here I am stamping my sweet corn. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that process, getting the lucky clover and the powder blue. But there is absolutely nothing better for repetitive stamping than using something like this. You've got your spaced out grid paper. There's the grid on the platform. You just simply move it over as many squares or spaces as you want, and then everything will be evenly and perfectly spaced. This MISTI was definitely a game changer for stampers. Let's go ahead and stamp that powder blue. I just went with the 5 colors. I did not use the plum punch on this particular one. And I am going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment in the lower right hand corner. And I am going to be using the VersaFine Onyx Black ink for that as well. Okay, and that will be the second card. Again, quick and easy, very simple. The third card is going to be a slimline card. And I did actually grab the Slimline Sentiments from Simon Says Stamp. That was also a 2020 Stamptember set, so I don't – believe it's any longer available. And I am not going with a rainbow theme with this. I wanted to make a more masculine card, so I picked out some grays and blues and greens. Unfortunately, I don't have the exact colors in front of me. However, I will try to get them and put them in the description below. Started out with that happy birthday. I did not want it to span the entire length of the panel, so I did layer it, happy on top, birthday on the bottom. And then I picked out a sampling of stamps from the Mix and Match Circles set, and I'm just going to go ahead and randomly stamp them in various locations and in various colors to just cover that panel. When browsing the internet to get motivation and inspiration for some of the things that I like to try to make, I do use other YouTube channels. I do look at pictures, obviously, on Simon Says Stamps blog, other card makers blogs, and of course Pinterest. I believe that this was actually one that I had come across on Pinterest. They had done something vaguely similar. Not entirely the same, but same concept. Theirs was a portrait instead of a landscape. It didn't have a huge sentiment in the middle. Same concept, though, with the random stamping of the random images. I thought this would look good as a birthday card. Kind of reminds me of confetti falling almost. And I know I personally struggle with masculine cards of any type. So if I can find something that even remotely inspires me to make a masculine card, I am going to go with that bad boy and I'm going to run with it. More feminine cards are far more my thing. And I think they're far more common to see inspiration for on the internet. Feminine or neutral at best. You don't see a whole lot of masculine stuff. And to me, this just kind of stood out as being more masculine, especially with the color combination with the greens and the blues and the gray. Certainly not a feminine palette. And just random circles and little designs certainly didn't scream to me as being very feminine. So this is what I decided to go with. So I just continued to fill in the little spaces with the little tiny swirlies. Kind of reminds me of the @ symbol. And then I was contemplating coloring in the happy birthday. But then I realized that I had stamped it with the VersaFine, which is not a Copic friendly ink. And I was like, okay, well, I could pull out my Zig Clean Color Real brushes. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I really prefer when I do watercoloring to have some embossing. That way, it's a cheat. It kind of helps me stay in the lines a little bit more. So yeah, so I just left it open and I was okay with that. And I think that's going to be about it. Maybe one or two little more, and then I'm going to call that and be done with it. And that is going to be my card number 3. I do add on a picture of a 4th card that I made just playing around with this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and see you back for the next video.